today I decided to make mac and cheese. The first step to make mac and cheese is to put water in a pot. You can see I'm doing that now. I decided to dub this video because my air conditioner was very loud in the background, and so unfortunately you're going to be getting a dub voice that I'm currently recording in my closet. But hey, that's alright. Once you have water in a pot, you want to put it on the stove and crank it up to high. And you want to add a little bit of salt to make sure that it is boiling. When it boils, I mean that the noodles don't stick together. The salt does not make it boil, that'd be silly. You can see that I'm adding the salt just about now, I think. Yep, there we are with the salt shaker. I will do a time lapse of the noodles cooking once I put them in, but for now, we're gonna have to wait until the water's boiling, and it looks like it's boiling about now, so we're gonna be adding the noodles, as you'll see in, yep, there we are, just like that. And now we're gonna set a timer to make sure that this cooks for the appropriate amount of time. And that will be happening in just a moment. We are going to be speeding up the video while that happens, so without further ado, enjoy the time lapse. I hope you enjoyed the music. Now I'm going to be draining that pasta into the strainer so that the water gets out and we can add the cheese sauce. And about right now we're going to be adding some butter to the still very warm pot, and we're going to do that first because then the butter can get all melty before we add all the other things. Otherwise I'll be left with a clump of butter in the noodles, and nobody wants that. Now that the butter is thoroughly melted, we are going to not be adding that. I do not know why I picked that up. We are going to be adding the noodles to the butter, so that essentially what we have is buttered noodles. I will be doing that in just a moment. And there we go, it looks like the noodles are in the pot. We're going to stir it around to make sure that butter gets well mixed in. Put the camera closer so that you can see it better. And very shortly, we are going to be adding the milk and then the seasoning packet. Here you can see I now have the milk, and I'm going to be adding it to the noodles. Just that little bit, that's all you need. Now I'm going to stir it around a little bit to make sure that milk gets well incorporated to make a nice buttery sauce. And then we are going to be adding the seasoning packet really soon once I get my scissors. And there we go, you can see that I just cut the seasoning packet open, and now I'm going to be dumping it into the mac and cheese. I have just dumped in, the seasoning packet into the mac and cheese, and now I will be mixing it around to make sure we can turn these obscure buttered noodles into some delicious mac and cheese. As you can see here, I am now preparing 4 different types of seasonings to be put in my mac and cheese. these kinds of seasonings are seasoned pepper, lemon pepper, and celery salt, as well as adobo, which I forgot to show on camera. Now I'm going to mix those 4 seasonings in to create a more seasoned, more tasty version of the mac and cheese that we all know and love. I strongly recommend you do this if you'd like to add new and exciting tastes to your beloved meal. Now the last thing we have to do is to put it into a bowl so that we can eat it later. Here I am doing that now. I hope you guys enjoyed this mess of a video. If you did, please click the like button. If you didn't, click the dislike button. I could care less. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe to my channel. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!